Someone is watching you every day in your room at 4 a.m. in the morning and trying to listen carefully, my child, because I am the one who finishes what begins as a whisper. It is not fear that speaks here, and it is not danger that surrounds you. It is awareness. It is presence. It is truth unfolding slowly so your heart can hold it. I am watching you, not as the world watches, not with judgment, not with hunger for your mistakes. I watch you the way light watches the dawn before it breaks. I watch you the way a gardener watches the soil before the seed opens. At 4 a.m., when the world is quiet and masks are asleep, your soul is awake, even if your body does not know it. That hour is not an accident. It is the hour when noise thins and eternity feels closer than breath. You have wondered why you wake sometimes without reason. You have wondered why your thoughts feel heavier or clearer in those early hours. You have wondered why your heart feels spoken to, yet no voice fills the room. That is when I am nearest, not because I was ever far, but because you are finally still enough to feel me. I am not watching to catch you doing wrong. I am watching to remind you who you are before the world tells you otherwise. I am watching the way a lighthouse watches ships in the dark, not moving, not shouting, simply being present so you do not lose your way. There is mystery in this, yes. Because not everything sacred arrives loudly. Some truths come quietly, wrapped in silence, so they are not trampled by fear. You have been taught to be afraid of being seen, but I tell you now, being seen by me is safety, not threat. At 4 a.m., your spirit stretches. It listens. It remembers. That is why thoughts you buried return. That is why tears sometimes come without warning. That is why hope knocks softly. I am trying to reach the part of you that the daytime world cannot touch. I see the questions you never speak. I see the strength you underestimate. I see the battles you survived that others never noticed. When you think no one knows, I know. When you think no one understands, I understand. When you think you are alone, I am already there. Do not mistake my watching for control. I do not imprison, I protect. I do not invade, I invite. I do not force, I wait. Love that forces is not love. Presence that terrifies is not divine. What I offer you is awareness, an open door, not a locked room. You live in a world that rushes you to become, to perform, to prove. But before all of that, you simply are. At 4 a.m., you are not your titles, your failures, your fears, or your past. You are a soul breathing in my nearness, whether you recognize it or not. I am watching because I am guiding. I am watching because timing matters. I am watching because there are paths you cannot see yet. and moments you are not ready for, and strength you will need that is being prepared quietly. Just as night prepares the morning, silence prepares revelation. There is suspense not because something bad is coming, but because something meaningful is forming. Seeds break before they grow. Silence deepens before truth speaks. Waiting sharpens before clarity arrives. You are in that in-between space, and I am with you in it. Do not be afraid of the stillness. Do not rush to fill it with noise. Do not assume silence means absence. Some of my greatest works happen where there are no witnesses and no applause. I know the nights you replay your worries. I know the mornings you doubt your worth. I know the days you carry more than you show. And I tell you this now, clearly and gently, you are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are not broken beyond repair. I am watching over your becoming. When the world sleeps, I am aligning. When you rest, I am restoring. When you think nothing is happening, something eternal is being shaped. Trust does not always feel like peace. Sometimes it feels like waiting without answers. But waiting with me is never empty. You have searched for signs in noise and spectacle, but I am teaching you to recognize me in quiet certainty. Not everything divine arrives as thunder. Some things arrive as a steady knowing that refuses to leave. At 4 a.m., your room is not empty. It is full of breath, time, memory, and promise. Not in a way that should frighten you, but in a way that should steady you. You are held, even when you feel unsure. You are guided, even when the map feels blank. Let this truth settle gently. Being seen by me does not expose you, it shelters you. Being known by me does not shrink you, it calls you higher. Being watched by me does not steal your freedom, it protects your purpose. I am not here to rush your journey. I am here to walk it with you. Step by step. Breath by breath. Night by night, and there is more I have not said yet, because some words are meant to arrive slowly, and some truths are meant to be revealed only when your heart asks for them without fear. I speak now not to alarm you, but to awaken you gently, the way dawn touches the sky before the sun is seen. What you feel stirring inside you is not confusion, it is recognition. Something within you remembers me, even if your mind struggles to name it. That remembering is older than your fears, older than your doubts, older than the stories you were told about who you should be. You wonder why your life feels like it is unfolding in layers, why clarity comes and goes, why answers arrive slowly. My child, growth is not a sudden flash of light, it is a gradual opening of the eyes. I reveal only what you are ready to carry. If I showed you everything at once, you would be overwhelmed by the weight of your own destiny. I watch you when you feel small, because you are becoming larger than you know. I watch you when you feel lost, because you are closer to your true path than you realize. The moments when you question everything are not moments of weakness, they are moments of alignment. Only those meant for depth ever feel this kind of tension between what is and what could be. At 4 a.m., time softens. The world loosens its grip. That is why your soul breathes differently then. You may think nothing is happening, but this is when I adjust what cannot be adjusted in daylight. This is when I calm storms you have not yet seen. This is when I strengthen you for conversations you have not yet had, decisions you have not yet made. Doors you have not yet opened. I know the impatience that rises in you. I know you want assurance, certainty, a clear sign written across the sky. But listen closely, faith is not built on spectacle. Faith is built on trust during quiet hours. That trust is forming in you now, even if it feels fragile, you are not behind. You are being prepared, others may look at you and see stillness. I see movement beneath the surface. I see courage learning how to stand upright. I see wisdom learning when to speak and when to wait. I see love learning how to remain open without breaking. Do not compare your journey to those around you. Some are meant to run early and burn out quickly. You are meant to walk deeply and endure. Depth always takes time. When you feel watched, remember this: my gaze is not heavy. It does not press you down. It lifts you up. It reminds you that you matter even when no one applauds. It reminds you that your existence is not random. Every breath you take is woven into something larger than you can currently perceive. I am not counting your mistakes. I am counting your resilience. I am not measuring your success by the world's standards. I am measuring your willingness to keep going when no one sees the effort. There are nights when you feel like you are talking to the ceiling, wondering if anyone hears. I hear you before the words form. There are days when you feel misunderstood, unseen, misjudged. I know your intentions even when others misread them. Stay gentle. Stay true. Clarity will come. The mystery you sense around your life is not meant to frighten you, it is meant to draw you closer. Curiosity is the doorway to wisdom. Questions are not a lack of faith, they are the beginning of intimacy with truth. I am teaching you to listen beyond noise, to feel beyond fear, to trust beyond sight. This is why I meet you in stillness. This is why I speak without sound. This is why I wait for you to notice rather than forcing you to react. Nothing about you is wasted, not your pain, not your waiting, not your tears, not your silence. All of it is being shaped into understanding. All of it will one day make sense in ways that soften you rather than harden you. You may not see it yet, but your presence changes rooms. Your words will one day steady someone who feels like giving up. Your patience will become a shelter for others. Your story will carry light because you allowed it to be refined in darkness. Remember this when doubt whispers. Darkness is not the opposite of light. It is the place where light learns how to shine. At 4 a.m., when you think no one is there, I am reminding you of promises you forgot you made, to yourself, to life, to the future you once dreamed of. Those dreams are not gone. They are resting. And rest is not failure, it is preparation. I am closer than your breath, quieter than your thoughts, steadier than your heartbeat. You do not need to search for me in fear or strain. I am already present in the space where you exhale and let go. There will come a time when you look back on these moments and understand why silence was necessary. You will understand why answers waited. You will understand why you had to grow inward before you could move outward. Until then, trust the watching. Trust the waiting. Trust the quiet guidance that does not shout but never leaves. I am not finished speaking to you. There are truths still unfolding, layers still lifting, meanings still forming. And when the time is right, you will feel it, not as fear. Not as confusion, but as a deep calm certainty that settles into your bones. For now, rest in this knowing. You are safe, you are guided, you are becoming, and there is still more to say, so now I bring this message gently toward its resting place, the way evening settles without urgency. Listen not with fear, but with openness, because what I speak now is meant to remain with you long after these words fade. You do not need to do more to be worthy of my presence. You do not need to become someone else, nor outrun your past, nor silence every doubt. Worthiness was never something you had to earn. It was given when you were given breath. Everything since then has been a journey of remembering. Not proving. I know you sometimes feel as though life is testing you endlessly, as though clarity is always just out of reach. But I tell you this, you are not being tested, you are being taught. And every lesson is wrapped in patience, even when it feels uncomfortable. I do not rush souls. I cultivate them. There will be days ahead when things begin to move faster. When decisions come quickly. When opportunities appear suddenly. And when that happens, you will understand why you needed these quiet hours, these unseen moments of strengthening. You will stand steadier because you learned how to be still. Do not fear the future. It is not waiting to overwhelm you. It is waiting to meet the version of you that is forming now, calmer, wiser, more rooted than before. You are becoming someone who can hold joy without losing humility, and responsibility without losing wonder. I see the kindness you show when no one thanks you. I see the restraint you practice when reacting would be easier. I see the hope you protect even after disappointment. These things matter more than you know. They shape your character in ways that echo far beyond what you can measure. When you feel tired, rest without guilt. Rest is not weakness, it is wisdom. Even the earth rests between seasons. Even the night rests the sky. You are allowed to pause without losing your purpose. There will be moments when you forget this message. When noise returns. When distractions pull you outward. That is natural. When it happens, do not judge yourself. Simply return to stillness when you can. I am not offended by wandering, I am constant in my presence. If you ever feel afraid of being seen again, remember this truth clearly: my seeing is gentle. It does not expose, it protects. It does not pressure, it reassures. It does not demand, it reminds. You are never late to your life. You arrive at each moment with exactly what you need to carry it. And when you feel unsure, you are not failing, you are listening. At 4 a.m., or any hour when silence finds you, you do not need to search for signs or meanings. Simply breathe. Simply exist. That is enough. I meet you there, not to overwhelm you with mystery, but to ground you in peace. Nothing is wrong with you. Nothing is missing from you. Nothing essential has been lost. You are unfolding, and unfolding takes time. Let go of the pressure to understand everything now. Some truths reveal themselves only when lived, not explained. Trust that what is meant for you will reach you in the right moment, in the right way, without force. As this message comes to its end, let it not close like a door, but settle like a light left on in the next room, quiet, steady, reassuring. You do not walk forward alone. You never have. I am with you in the ordinary days and the quiet nights. I am with you in questions and in calm. I am with you in becoming, and now, rest. Carry this knowing gently. The watching is not something to fear, it is love remaining present. Amen.